We do something that is very interesting. We build private cellular networks for enterprises and building owners that help them provide their occupants with 5-bar cellular coverage, as well as having a new backbone for all the IoT devices that are coming out. It's interesting because we all use cellular phones. We use cellular phones more and more, 24/7. We're always connected. And there isn't really enough cellular capacity, and very often not cellular coverage either, because the outdoor network doesn't really penetrate walls and building materials really well. So for many years we've been trying to rebroadcast the outdoor signals using solutions like picocells and femtocells and DAS solutions. And a long time ago, if you had a large building, the carrier, your home carrier, would install a DAS system in your building. That doesn't really happen as frequently anymore, unless you have a very large venue that is, lots of traffic that can sort of negatively impact the carrier's brand if it's not working. So as a building owner and an enterprise, connectivity is now really your problem. Connectivity today is often referred to as the fourth utility, like gas, water, and electricity. A device that is not connected to the internet is not very useful to us. So what we do is that we're leveraging a new spectrum that's available in the United States called CBRS, and we build a cellular network inside of the building. So you have the gold standard of connectivity, LTE, installed with the simplicity of Wi-Fi that you can now use as your own private cellular network in your building to connect your local business applications, as well as benefiting from 5-bar coverage inside of your building. And we always want to be untethered, right? And for a long time we've been using Wi-Fi. We particularly used Wi-Fi on the mobile phone because data was very expensive and we didn't want to pay the carrier for all that data. We wanted to have our laptop to be untethered and all other applications. So now, particularly in the United States, you have unlimited data plans. You pay $40 or $50 a month and you can use as much data that you want to. And that means that more people are actually staying on their LTE at, continuously throughout the day. A benefit over Wi-Fi, which really just works as long as you're connected to the router, which you then need a username and a password to log into. When you have an LTE device, you're really authenticated by the SIM card, and it works everywhere. So the benefit is obviously that you have something that is secure, that is faster, and as we all know, when we have a Wi-Fi network or we're somewhere where there's a lot of Wi-Fi networks, that the quality tend to be somewhat degraded because there's interference. You don't have that problems in LTE. So you have a low latency, you have high predictability, and that means that you can connect devices that may have been wired in the past, like video cameras, for instance, for surveillance in a building. If you have a solid wireless network like LTE, you can connect that without pulling cables throughout the buildings. Obviously, your smartphones will work, your tablets will work in the future, most also laptops, because they're now becoming available with LTE. And everything that you have in your sensor network, your IoT devices, sensors for CO2 levels. We all know that we get tired, when we're in an office because of the air quality degrades, productivity goes down. You can now have sensors that measures that and takes action so that we have good air quality. Temperature, of course, is very important. If you have sensors for your HVAC system, you can drastically reduce the cost of your HVAC solutions, saving money, on energy. Biometric systems for access control, etc. And of course, all sorts of industrial applications, AR, VR, robotics, etc. This is launching now in the United States, and I would say, every OEM today, from the Ericssons and the Nokias that are providing the networks, the device manufacturers, the chipset and module manufacturers for IoT, they're now introducing this new band into their devices to make it work in the building. So it's going to start slowly, because they're, on the device side and the smartphone side, because it's just becoming available. But I think that over the next 2 or 3 years, we will see a lot of building owners deploying LTE in their buildings, particularly those that are heavy data users, because it's a way of attracting and retaining new customers. I mean, we believe that cellular connectivity is second only to physical location when it comes for a company to select their offices.